Well, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, our 2024 sprint car season is officially over. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm looking at my new favorite paint scheme in the sprint car.
Tanner Holmes, he's going to have the lead going to the back chute. Tanner Holmes grabs the lead down the back chute, slide up in front of Macedo. Macedo drives it in hard, he'll go out the backside, backs it hard into the wall.
Pretty crazy to think. Like you snap your fingers and time goes by. Feels like just like 24 hours ago we were rolling the car out the door, loading and getting ready to head to Texas and take on, it was the Outlaws and High Limit for kind of their first stretch as they were getting their season underway. We were just showing you guys the new wrap. This thing ended up being a huge hit for our season. And even our Knoxville car, it feels like we just revealed this thing. I mean, obviously it was just a couple months ago, but still, it feels like we were just in Knoxville yesterday. Obviously, I don't want to sound like an older person, but I seriously give advice to you young ones watching this video, and obviously I'm still young myself, but enjoy every minute of your journey. I think it's so easy to get caught up in all of it, but man, like I said, just like that, another season of sprint car racing, another whole year, you know, of us doing, I think 55 or 60 shows, something like that, all gone, and now we're looking ahead at what is next. So we've been talking about it a little bit, but now the off season is officially here. 0 sprint car races left in 2024. We're now looking ahead at 2025. I will still be doing some racing though. Of course, we always run the Outlaw carts in the winter, probably between all the races I run there. That's an extra, and it could be 12 shows, could be 15, could be 18, somewhere in that range. And a couple of them for pretty decent money. We have a big 10,000 one, 10,000 to win in Reno, Nevada. Actually, the race that we won last year, the High Desert Hustle, that's over New Year's. So we're gonna hopefully defend our title. I mean, that's crazy money for a cart. You know, I mean, we run for 10,000 to win in this thing sitting here behind me. Am I glad that the season's over? You know, I'm kind of in the middle. I probably would say more that I am than I'm not, just because I feel like the off season's such a great opportunity to grow. It's a little harder during the year when things are so chaotic, things are moving so fast. At least when we're not traveling all the way across the country, running a speed week, you know, the list kind of goes on, motor changes, car changes, building, unbuilding, whatever. It's just sometimes tough in all of that to really keep going onward and upward. I mean, you do, but you're just rolling with the punches, where at least in the off season I feel like you can kind of sit here, you can plan stuff out a little bit more, and you can really take things the direction that we want to go, and just, you know, have the time to really make things right over these next couple of months. So anyway, car's all washed up. Carly's been working her tail off. Good job, Carly. I literally can't say enough about Carly. She's part of the backbone of our team. Like it's unbelievable, and her help this year took our team to another level, as she's been helping obviously for a while, but very thankful for the sacrifice she makes so that this operation can be what it is. But anyway, that's a little bit. The next step really before we start putting stuff into motion is just kind of getting everything organized and laid out so we can be successful and move fast and efficiently as we get stuff built and, you know, where it needs to go in the race shop. So with our season now being over, I thought it'd be cool just real quickly for me to talk about a few of my favorite moments that we had as a team. And I think as we run so many races in a year, and you know, a lot of you guys are following along, it's hard to gauge where things are at. Like I would agree with you if you said 2024 was tough. Well, it's tough for a lot of teams. I mean, racing at the highest level in this sport, you know, with the Outlaws, with High Limit, it's so difficult. And especially for us, I mean, you have to look, we're trying to build our operation from the ground up, kind of trying to turn like our family team into a top national sprint car team and transition it that direction. Back in 2017, we were racing limited sprints. We bought our first sprint car. Now at the end of 2024, you know, we're not full-time on the road, but man, we spent a lot of the year away from home, and that's difficult. And then, you know, there's just a lot of aspects to it, you know, financially, what it takes to have a top sprint car team. Experience is huge in trying to build our team in that realm when, you know, Carly, myself, as a family, obviously we haven't haven't done this before. Like I said, we're building from the ground up, going to new tracks and trying to have the equipment and get our engine program where, I mean, there's just, gosh, I could just like keep listing things on. So when you look at it from that side of things, man, like I feel like we are growing, and of course we always want to keep working on our results and our consistency in speed, and obviously everyone would like to win every single night. But with that all being said, this year did have some highlighted moments and, you know, spots where we showed how we've been better than in the past. So the first one that comes to mind for me was winning the Marvin Smith Memorial in May, which that is Oregon's biggest sprint car race. And in some ways, like, I don't want to overhype it. It wasn't like I won the 360 Knoxville Nationals or something like that, or even like the Trophy Cup. But the Marvin is a race that I've ran several times. And like I said, being from the state of Oregon, I think it's one that's pretty well known throughout the Northwest. We got the trophy right here in the shop. Like I said, probably one of those races that just means more to me than anything, just being from the state of Oregon. And I made, you know, some of my first laps at Cottage Grove. And you look at the list of drivers: Henry Van Dam, Jason Sowald twice, Roger Crockett, Logan Foyler, Justin Cox, Trey Starks. I believe Justin Sanders is also on here, and there's maybe one other name. The reason why I also appreciated this win a little more is in 2023, I had a good chance to win this race. I won the prelim night of the event, and then I kind of just drove like an idiot on the final night, and I was totally in position, could have won the race, just didn't run a good 41 laps and spun out and all sorts of stuff. So it was really cool that 1 year later we redeemed ourselves and got to victory lane. Now, another moment that really sticks out in the back of my mind, and it's one that I'm going to carry this story, I feel like, for my entire life, but technically winning my first 410 race this year at the Southern Oregon Speedway, it was just in interesting fashion. There's not too many times a sprint car race gets shortened for some reason. In dirt racing in general, I mean, it's very rare for like rain to come or something to happen, but in this situation at Southern Oregon Speedway with KWS, we started on the front row. We led the first 13 laps, and then there was a very scary incident. Involved our friend Angelique Bell. There was a fire. They had to use a bunch of extinguishers to get it out, kind of tore down the fence. There was all sorts of stuff that needed to be done to continue the race, and all the drivers voted that we end it early. So 13 laps in, we led all 13 laps. We started on the front row, and I'm biased, but I do think we would have had a pretty good shot at winning that show if it went the distance. And obviously in that moment, more than anything, we were concerned about Angelique, because I mean, it was a very bad deal. But anyway, we did win that race with KWS, and you know, most will say it has an asterisk next to it, and you know, I would agree, it was a 13-lap race, but just very, very interesting. But technically we started, that was like the fastest 5 days in motorsports stretch at Southern Oregon Speedway, my home track. Like, it was really cool how it all, I guess, like how it looks on paper. Our first win was at Southern Oregon Speedway, but just in very interesting fashion. And with that being said, like my good friend Caleb Montgomery, he would say something like, you know, someone would have had to lead those 13 laps. Someone had to be in that position, and we just did everything right that night so that it could have been us. So definitely proud of that win. And like I mentioned, it was really cool that it was in front of so many of my friends and family in my hometown. I wouldn't have picked it any other way to happen, you know, winning my first race there. And my final moment that I would go back and relive 100 times if I could, just because this is like your perfect night with the national tour, you know, a national touring series, was when we ran third with High Limit at Douglas County Dirt Track. That was just such a flawless night. Like, we didn't qualify stellar. I think we were 8th quick in our flight. Brad Sweet jumped from the front row, so it moved me to the front row. We won our heat race. I think we started 4th in the dash, so we had a decent spin on the roulette wheel. And then I think we ran 5th in the dash and then went 5th to 3rd in the feature. Like, if you had that every night, you know, that's basically what Brad Sweet does. That's how he wins all those national championships. He just has consistent nights like that, like nothing crazy flashy. But if we could go back and do it again, you know, maybe if things went differently, like we just were in contention to win the race. And you have to win those shows by being up front. And the fact that it also happened again, Douglas County Dirt Track, the next closest track to my house and shop, behind Southern Oregon Speedway, it was just really awesome. And then for that being one of the first 410 national shows in like over 5 years, there was probably over 5,000 or 6,000 people there. They were going nuts all night long. Like, truly one of the most special races for me that I didn't win, right? Like, I didn't win, we ran well, but I guess I really would say you would have thought I won the race by how the crowd was going. So it was really cool that they had my back, you know, the local guy, you know, in the area taking on the national guys as they roll through the home turf. So those would be 3 that I would mention off the top of my head, but we had so many more. We had the other night when we won in Hanford, excitement on the last lap. We had, you know, some of our Knoxville Nationals results where we qualified really well and we were probably 15 feet away from transferring through our heat race, which really would have increased our odds of making the Saturday night finale. We had really good speed at Dirt Cup. We started 4th for 62,000 to win, and then just had a tire go flat, and we had that happen. So some moments where we were close, or things could have been, you know, close to spectacular, and that's dirt racing, and they just didn't shake out. But so that's just a little bit on our season. I'll use the word proud. Like, I'm proud of our team, and I'm proud of some things that we've overcome, and our determination, and we definitely won't give up. Do I want more? Am I hungry for more? Absolutely. I know we still have a ton of room to grow, a lot of room for improvement, and we definitely can get better results. You know, we're not necessarily happy with where we're at, but definitely use the word proud, because it takes a lot of hard work to do this, and it's not necessarily the easiest lifestyle and way to go. Trying to have your own sprint car operation, I can tell you there's probably a lot better, smarter things I could be doing, but this is the route we want, man. This is how we're trying to do it, and we're trying to make it happen with the 18T. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate your support. Love having you ride along with me for the journey. You guys are a big reason why we keep going, and things get tough, things get difficult, and like I said, it's very, very hard, but it's awesome when we have a backbone like you and our partners and my family, and actually to go through and mention all the different partners that helped our team this year: the Boss, DZ, Shane DeWald Trucking, Steck, Orville Tax, Diamond Roofing Company, ABC Powder Coating, Veenendahl Trucking, Fast 4 Media, Pit Stop USA, Earth Environmental, Carbon Works, Canopy Country, Triple X, Ty 22, Rod and Supply, Champion Car Wash, Alender Butsky Engineers, and then we had a bunch of product people that help us throughout the season, and then, like I said, a lot of people that just pitched in on the race car, you know, hands-on, and helped make it happen. And it takes an army and it takes a village to do it. So like I said, just appreciate everyone that put into our program in 2024. So this is not the end of our content this year. We still have other racing coming up with the kart, like I mentioned, and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff here in the shop, so we're going to have weekly videos coming your way. Thank you for supporting us, though, and we'll see you in the next video. Deuces.